What's up, everybody? This is CARLOS, Carlos, and today we're going to talk about Shadow Cells. Yes, I said I was not going to make a video for this, but I really enjoyed this series, so we're going to be talking about these recent chapters because it's getting interesting. If you're not up to the manga, then this is a spoiler warning. So, going to chapter 169, the 5 new pairs. Also wanted to let you guys know that Kate is a Starberry now. Yes, I am very happy that she is a Starberry. She deserves it. But anyways, we are now getting some information of these new shadows and their dolls, aka human. So the first pair is Oscars. One spelled with a C and one spelled with a K, and they like cleaning. So the second pair, Laurel, is the shadow, and Lulu is the human. Lulu is brushing Laurel hair. Third pair is Danny, the shadow, and Dan, the human, and they smash the table. Fourth pair is Matilda, shadow, and Maddie, the doll, singing and ready. Final pair is Stella, the shadow, and Candy, the human. And they're eating while hurrying up because they're late while everyone else is ready for the debut. It's crazy that we're going back to the debut with these new pairs, so it's awesome to see how their debut goes. Now, to chapter 170, behind the scenes, Kate and the new temporary Starbirds. Yes, I said temporarily because it's been like this since Kate became Starbird. If you haven't caught up to Shadow's House, I'll let you guys know that Patrick was a Starbird in the previous arc, but he relinquished the medal because he felt that he failed. The only true Starbird is Oliver. But anyways, back to the chapter. Kate and the Starbirds, besides Oliver, is getting the food ready for the new shadows and dolls. Douglas is quite frustrated that he's just doing chores, but Evelyn is telling facts about Douglas, how no one trusts him, and she says, "You pretend to follow the rules, but you're just using them. Do you want to be praised?" He says he's trying to imitate a singer that he respects, and he would send back a remark to Evelyn. We moved to Kate and Lou and Louise rescue mission, but they would get stopped by Douglas' previous leader, King. He's inspecting every food cart, and Kate is worried, but she let him inspect them, but worried about the last cart that Rum is pushing. Out to chapter 171, King. We see that King used to bully Douglas and another doll who I expect that Douglas respected. He tried to cut Douglas' hair, but he would get stopped by Evelyn. Yo, she's a badass for going against an adult. Woo! Evelyn would be writing down why they were going to be late to Master Edward. He would try to break the wheels of the cart so they would be to blame, but Douglas would use his superpower and stand up for himself against King. They would make it in time, and Douglas would apologize about his remark to Evelyn from the previous chapter. Now, to chapter 172, the first trial. We see that Kate made them learn a bit of the debut. This is amazing because Kate and the others didn't have anyone to teach them a bit of the debut.
Kate, then, is it?
Yes.
Not being able to meet another shadow before now made Louise quite anxious.
They were just thrown into it, but these new pairs have a head start. So the debut is very similar to Kate and the others' debut, with finding a clue in the food. We see the soot powers of Matilda at work, and they find the clue. So Edward gave her a stamp, and we see that Edward's going to let the shadow pass when they get 5 stamps. So you can see the difference on the grading from Edward from this new debut from the previous debut with Kay and the others. Now to chapter 173, Solitaire. We see that the Starbirds go outside to see the debut. Oliver is waiting for them at a table with tea. We see that Emilico is worried about Candy, and we see that they used to work together in the circus, but would find out that she disappeared in Soot Island, where Kate and Emilico first met. Also, Kate had a question answered by knowing that Candy was the reason that Emilico fell at the tightrope. Afterwards, Kate says that everything is said and done. She would like to know a bit more of Emilico past, but we would have Edward walk in with Mai and Sarah with change in plans. We also find out that the new pairs are not brainwashed. What? You're telling me these 5 pairs were not brainwashed? That's crazy. Okay. Chapter 174, Their Secret. I'm still shocked about the ending of the last chapter. We get a bit of Candy Pass of she leaving the circus and how she was adopted and how the brainwash didn't affect her that much because she drinks a lot of water. She knows the whole thing about the shadows brainwashing them, but we find out that she named the shadow Stella and she called herself Candy. Also, she got the other pairs to not be brainwashed. Looks like Candy is the captain of this group and she's trying to figure out a plan for them to all pass. We now know Oscar's superpower. Now they're working together to pass the debut. Whoa, this chapter was insane. Now to chapter 175, The Wall That Blocks the Way. Maddie and Matilda finds a stamp, but rocks are falling in the path, so Maddie emptied the lunch basket from chapter 169 and used it as a helmet to get the stamp. Now that's using your head. Next is Laurel can't get through the heavy door, so Danny and Dan gets over there. Dan opened the heavy door and then got the stamp. Moving on to the Oscars. They get a familiar task and get the stamp. Oscar was thinking of using the same stamp to use it multiple times, but Danny confirmed that it doesn't work when they try to stamp it again with the same stamp. Meanwhile, Lulu and Laurel get a stamp from Monero and Dark Hole, while Stella and Kenny got a box of stamps, but one works. Everyone is getting 4 stamps, but the special stamp is located in the star spot. Stella and Candy goes to one and find out they have to go against Kate for the stamp. Now to chapter 176, Suggestion and Awakening. We see the matchup of Douglas versus Oscar, Oliver versus Laurel, and Evelyn versus Danny. Stella thinks that they tricked them, but Sarah is there to tell her the situation to get the last stamp. Kate wonders if Edward had a plan in case of Kate was training them for the debut. She wonders if they cut corners because Sarah is the one watching over the battle between her against Stella. We see that Stella was rushing forward to get the stamp, but Kate flew away. We see Candy putting candy in her mouth, and we get a bit of a memory of Candy telling Stella that she could just imagine as she was the candy, as Candy eats the candy and melts in her mouth, saying it will melt away the fear that she has. Now we see Stella ready to use her superpower, and she's apologetic in advance if she kills Kate. What a way to end this chapter. Oh my god. We're going to have a good battle right here. Now to chapter 177, Oliver's Trial. We move on to a different battle, and it's between Oliver and Laurel. We see Oliver has a key around his neck, and they have to take away from him, but they have to face him with his new MK4. We have seen this machine previous version in season 2 of the anime. Laurel didn't react, and Oliver is shocked by this. We see him put it on, and boy, this model is amazing. It kind of reminds me of something, but I don't know what it is. I bet you guys will know, so tell me in the comments down below. But anywho, Oliver is giving them various tools for them to choose, but we see that Laurel wants to take a different test, a test that Laurel easily could pass. Laurel doesn't want to separate from Lulu. Oliver hypothesized that Lulu is overprotective, so his curiosity is to see how they will handle if they are separated. Oliver is trying to smash them. We see in the last page that Lulu is pissed. Yo, what a way to end this chapter. Yo, Samato is doing a fantastic job with this series, and I'm enjoying it, man. So, now, let's move on to the next. 178, the respective battle. We see the other two matchup. First, we see Oscar versus Douglas, and they're in a hedge field. Oscar is trying to get the stamp from Douglas by throwing soot balls, but Douglas is countering them. Meanwhile, Evelyn is doing an assessment test of the soot power for Danny, but he wants to battle like Oscar. But Oscar is still talking over with his soot power to Danny, and he's annoyed about it and worried his chance to pass the exam. So they would talk about their doll's past, while Dan gave a code to Danny to use it to destroy the wall. After the talk, Oscar came in with an idea and made more soot balls, but these soot balls were yelled what Oscar was saying and made Douglas not focus and snatch the stamp from Douglas' hand. What a way to pass an exam. Now we know that Danny and Oscar will pass, but it leaves Laurel and Stella's situation up in the air. Will they pass? And I don't know, but I can't wait for the next chapters. So that's the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys want more content like this, leave a like and subscribe to this channel. I'll see you guys in the next video to upload. Adios.